Music education is one of the greatest gifts that one can receive. The art of creating music with the people around you is priceless. Growing up, I was constantly surrounded by music, and it led me to this burning passion that I have today. With both of my parents being educators, I saw the impact that they had on their students, and it inspired me to want to do the same. In my classroom, inclusivity and affirmation are pillars. I want each student who walks into my classroom to feel seen, heard, validated, and important. It is my job as their teacher to expose them to things outside of the normal bubble so that they can appreciate how they are different from others. I also make it a priority to affirm my students every day, no matter how big the achievement. Students deserve to feel that they have made an impact. It is my job for them to be proud of who they are and where they come from, and it's my job as their teacher to instill that feeling into them. I want my students to always feel like they have a voice. No matter their age, they should feel like they can contribute to my classroom and make an impact on the world. I will always empower my students to make change when needed and spread positivity while doing so. My students will know that their teacher is a person who will always have their back and who will always be a listening ear. My students will learn how to be good humans. Yes, it's a music classroom, but I believe that they should learn to be good people while learning to be good musicians. My students' value in my classroom will not be determined by how well they can play their scales, or how good their sight reading is, or how quickly they can memorize their music. My students are people first and should be treated as such. My students will know that their teacher is an empath and that I understand that life will happen. Teachers wear many hats. We are educators, of course, but we are also therapists, nurses, encyclopedias, listeners, comedians, friends, and even mother and father figures to some. It is a privilege to be a teacher. To be able to help students to shape into what they are meant to be is an honor, and that should not be taken lightly. I want my students to always feel like they belong. The feeling of community in the classroom is something that every student should feel. Collaborating with their peers to be proud of something that they've accomplished together is a feeling that I want every student to feel in my classroom. I want students to know that they matter, that they are important, that they mean something to people around them. My students will feel, if nowhere else in the world, that they hold a special place in my classroom.